What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video of the Football is Vida channel, in which today we are going to talk about the Manchester City versus Real Madrid round of 32 Champions League draw, where Real Madrid destroyed City 3-2. Now you may be wondering, why did I say the word destroyed when it was a 3-2 match? You would expect a 3-2 match. Oh, it was a close match, pretty even match, where they went back and forth, where just in the end, Madrid get the late winner. That's why they won. But in general, it was an even match. No, 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 ladies and gentlemen. This was in no way an even match. This was Man City just being complete and utter bozos and just playing like so boring, so shit, and honestly getting lucky in multiple occasions during that match where they should have been down multiple times during that match, especially in the first half. But they got lucky. They really got lucky. But yeah, so let's just talk about the game. But again, like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Share to your friends that love football, and let me know down in the comments what you thought about the match. Do you think Manchester City have even the slightest chance of beating Real Madrid at the Bernabeu? I don't. For those who are subscribed to the channel, who watch my latest videos, I made a video last week talking about how Real Madrid will beat Manchester City to get through to the round of 16. And I said it for a reason. I specifically was talking about in that video mostly because after the defeat that City suffered against Arsenal, where they were completely outclassed. And after watching that game, I was like, wow, City don't have a chance against Real Madrid. I just don't see a chance where they beat Real Madrid because of how terrible they were against Arsenal. And if they're that bad against Arsenal, Real Madrid would do similar things to them, where they would just completely wipe them out the floor. But the little hope was that City might, come out with a little bit, maybe some tactical play that could definitely beat Ancelotti's Madrid side. But today literally proved that was not the case at all. Today proved that when it came to tactics, I think it was mostly on Ancelotti's side that it was seen as a better display, just because when I streamed this match, and I said that when I saw the lineup, especially just looking back at old time, multiple times that they played each other already. This is the fourth consecutive year where they played each other in the Champions League. And when I look back in the last couple years, especially last season when they played Manchester City, Real Madrid don't give a fuck that City hold on to the ball. They don't care how long City hold on to the ball, because when they have the likes of Bellingham, Vinny, now Mbappe, Rodrigo, who can hit you on the counter quickly and have a major impact during that counter, they don't care how long you lose the ball. They're just there sitting back, waiting for something to happen. I said it in the stream, they were going to defend in a 4-4-2. That's exactly what happened. Vinny and Bobby up top. That's exactly what happened. It was very predictable, but at the same time, it was excellently executed because they were giving City very little options in that first half. Very little options, where City were just passing, back and forth, back and forth. In just a moment of magic where Grealish, Gavardio intercepts the ball, gets the ball, gives it to Grealish, makes a beautiful run from Gavardio. Grealish over the top through ball. Gavardio brings it down for Haaland, and Haaland squares it. Besides that, nothing in that first half for City to be like, oh wow, they're the better team. They should be up by 2 goals at least, or 3. Nothing. They didn't create many chances at all in the first half besides that chance. Like, it was honestly Madrid in that first half that were getting most of the chances. When the Vinny offside goal, when Mbappe not even goal, the penalty, that it should have been a penalty, but he was offside thankfully. When Mbappe got through once and just hit it at Ederson, there were just so many chances for Real Madrid to, the one that Mendy had. I'm like, wow, thank God he didn't score that. I'm surprised. Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of players in front of him, but he probably should have done a little bit better there. But they had multiple chances in the first half. They were the most dangerous in terms of attack. City were just holding on to the ball and doing absolutely nothing with it. When it came to the lineups, the lineup for Real Madrid, I predicted it. I think anyone who's been seeing Madrid and knew exactly what Ancelotti was going to come out with today. The only difference was, I think, Lucas Vasquez wasn't available for this game, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that Federico Valverde is playing there, because I'm pretty sure if Vasquez was still available, he probably would have played this match. And thankfully for Madrid fans, I know a lot of Madrid fans were happy about it that he got injured, because Federico Valverde was outstanding today playing as a right back. He was all over the pitch. As much as he was put into the right back position, he was up and down the pitch, on that right side, even drifting to the middle, helping defend, helping attack the ball as much as possible, helping recover balls for Real Madrid. He was excellent today. And when it comes to City side, when Grealish, when he had the ball, like he really didn't do much against them. Even and then when Savinho drifted to the left because Grealish came off with an injury, he did absolutely nothing either. Like Valverde had that side handled. When it came to the right side, um, wait, let's go over the lineups. Obviously, was Courtois in goal, Federico Valverde, Asensio, Chouameni, Mendy. That's exactly what I predicted. Midfield is the same thing: Ceballos, Camavinga, and Bellingham, and then up top the front three that we already know: Mbappe, Vini, and Rodrigo. From Manchester City, and I said the main thing for me was the midfield. The midfield as the one I really had a problem with. I think the rest of the team was decent, especially since Ruben Diaz coming back in the squad. I think a little bit more security in the defense, considering how shit City have been recently in terms of defense. But Ederson in goal, who today was a bozo. Gavardio, Ake, Ruben Diaz, and Akanji. Midfield of Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and what's his name? And John Stones, who for me was excellent today as well. And up top, Haaland, Savinho, and Grealish to start with. Obviously, Akanji comes off with an injury as well. Grealish comes off, and Foden comes in for Grealish, and Rico Lewis comes in for Akanji during the halftime. But in general, that midfield was the main problem with me when I saw the lineup. I was like, where is the balance in that midfield? You have two attacking minded kind of midfielders. Like Bernardo Silva obviously was given the role to help defend this game, but there's like you get different things from Bernardo Silva. The best things you get out of him is for him to go forward and attack and create some chances for you, dribble through players. We all saw his performance 2 years ago at the Etihad, where he completely cooked on the right side because De Bruyne today was drifting from the middle to the right to the left. He was drifting everywhere on the pitch, and for me, honestly, I don't think De Bruyne had a really good game at all. I even said through the stream at halftime he had to be taken off. Because the first half he was completely useless for Man City, to be honest. Like every time he got the ball, nothing really happened with him. Like every time you expect De Bruyne to get the ball, you expect a dangerous chance. You expect City to be on the front foot. But every time he got the ball, either he went backwards or he just went side to side. Didn't really do anything. He didn't really create that amazing chance for City to go up. But at the same time, it was props to Madrid for barely giving them any options to create those kind of chances. Like they were nullifying any form of play for Manchester City during that game. Like during the first half, Savinho, I think the best players for me for City on City's end was Savinho and Gavardio. I think both of them had a really great first half. But then when it came to the second half, it was a completely different story. Obviously, again, City go up in the first half with a goal from Haaland, and even from there, like it was first. I just kept on saying City need another goal. City need another goal because as much as they were up 1-0, as much as at one point they were up 2-1. That result benefited more Madrid than it ever benefited Manchester City. If the only result that would have benefited Manchester City if they went up 3-0 or 2-0 at least. But a 1-0 lead is not enough to go to away to the Bernabeu. Like if Madrid had lost 2-1 or 1-0 today, they would have been happy with that. They would have been happy with getting away with that because that's not a bad result. It's just one goal to tie it up and then another goal to win the game. There's 2 goals only. And Madrid can easily do that, especially at home with a weak side like Manchester City. Like, these results in no way benefited Manchester City. And then we saw what happened in the end when they got the win. Well, Real Madrid got the win, which is even more beneficial for them and 10 times worse for Manchester City because not going away to the Bernabeu and trying to get 2 goals, let alone one to tie it up. Wow. But today, in general, again, it was a great game plan from Real Madrid's end where they defended. They were defending very well. They didn't give them much leeway to get away with anything. The goals that they got were, a little spark of magic from Grealish and Gavardio and Haaland linking up, and then a little spark of magic from Foden where he finally did something during the moment when he came on, because besides that he really didn't do anything. And then that little one little dribble that he did inside the box, and thankfully they got the penalty, and then Haaland squares it. Cool. But besides that, they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything, bro. Like there was barely any dangerous chances for Man City, and it was honestly such a disappointing game for Manchester City. I was waiting for Pep to make changes early, like get something going, because as much as at that point they were winning 1-0, as much as at one point they were winning 2-1, you still were playing like shit. You still weren't doing anything. You were just passing the ball around. Like it just didn't make any sense from Pep's end and from Man City's end. Like they were just terrible today. When it comes to Madrid, obviously the game plan was trying to hit Man City on the counter as much as possible, which they did on multiple occasions. And a lot of times it didn't work, and a lot of times Like, a lot of times it didn't work, and a lot of times they should have capitalized. But thankfully, at multiple occasions they missed, like the ones I mentioned in the first half, second half too. Like Mbappe had a clear chance, and again during the end of the first half, also he had a very clear chance to score when he was all alone with that shot. He hits it over the bar. Federico Valverde hits a shot. When again, you should never let that guy shoot ever. But the second half was more, or like Madrid more on the front foot. Like Madrid, like looked way more comfortable in the second half than Manchester City ever did, and you could just tell that like Madrid were just gonna be on it in that second half, and they were all over Manchester City, and that they were 100% gonna get a goal sooner or later. Do I fault the fact that Akanji came off and Grealish a little bit, because I think Savinho on the left side was completely just useless for City. Like, I think he was just too rash in his decisions. Like, he was just like not level headed in this. Like, he helped defend. Like, the good moments he had when he was helping defend, supporting the team and that, and trying to build a play. But he was better on the right side than he was on the left, because on the left he was just terrible. Like, I think if Grealish was there, they probably would have done a little bit more, a little bit more in terms of the attack, in terms of the control of the game. Because Grealish, there were moments where Savinho got open by himself and he would just immediately cross, immediately make a bad pass, and like I said, I said in the preview, not in the preview, but before the game started, I think the reason that Grealish was in that match was to help control the match. And between him, Doku, and Savinho, he's the best at making great crosses, great plays like that. He's the most precise when it comes to his crosses in terms of in his passes and his final plays. Compared to Doku and Savinho, so that's why I said he wanted to play, and he was doing that a bit in the first half for sure. But after he came off, there was just no control on the wing for Savinho at all. So yeah, Grealish lost. Grealish's substitution was definitely a loss for them. Akanji's, I think, also too, because Rico Lewis was the reason that they conceded the third goal. 100%. He just completely bought it out. I don't understand what he was doing there, but at the same time, you can blame Ederson for them even conceding the second goal, because what the hell was Ederson doing there? What was he trying there? And just bozo moments from individual players that just gave Madrid the win. The first goal that they got obviously came from a free kick where he just rebounded back to Ceballos, and great run from Mbappe, great time run. Ceballos saw him, great pass, and that shot was just like lucky as hell that it went in, because that was a terrible shot. But luckily it went for him, because Ederson was already anticipated that it was going to go on the right side of his post, but it landed on the complete other side, and he just had no time to ever even get there. So 1-0, 1-1, they tied it up. The second goal that Madrid got, again, obviously the bozo moment from Ederson, terrible defending, boom. Vinny hits it straight at Ederson. What I saw the commentators talking about was like, why didn't he go for it with his arms? He just let it hit his chest, and then rebounds for Brahim Diaz, and Brahim Diaz just squares it. Literally a couple minutes after he came on for Rodrigo. And then the last goal, obviously, Rico Lewis completely bots out. Vinny beats him for the ball. Vinny chips it over, not getting near the goal, but Bellingham already outpaced the player behind them, and then squares it in for the 3-2 win. It was just moments where City were just completely stupid, lost the ball stupidly individually, just put themselves in so many dangerous situations where they shouldn't be, plays they shouldn't be, trying to play. And the press of Madrid, the Madrid players, and the press in general, the formation in general of Madrid today was just on it, where they were giving City trouble the whole match, and they got away with the win today, deservedly so. Because again, they already had multiple chances before they scored the goals. So the fact that they got away with left with the win today, it's deserved. I'm not gonna say that they didn't deserve the win, that they got lucky or anything. If anything, City got lucky today. City got lucky that they didn't concede more goals than they did, and City got lucky with the goals that they got, because those little moments got them into the game. If it wasn't for those two moments, then they would have done absolutely nothing, because besides those two moments, they did absolutely nothing. So Madrid walk away with the 3-2 win. Kudos to them. I would say the best player, I think, man of the match, and win for Vinicius Jr. at the end of the match. I think Federico Valverde, I would give man of the match, because he was on it from minute 1 to minute 90. He was just incredible today for Real Madrid, in terms of defense, in terms of attack, in terms of control of the game, in terms of just being on the front foot anytime they ever lost the ball, because we know as much as City held onto the ball as much as possible, he was just secure in his defense, and he's secure in everywhere he was on the pitch today. So I definitely think he was the one that really pushed Madrid to go forward and to attack and start breaking plays, because again during a lot during that match, Madrid was struggling to get out of their own half too, because City were pressing very well too. They just kept bombing it forward, bombing it forward, bombing it forward. But again, when it comes to these moments going away to the Etihad, they don't really care about holding onto the ball as much as possible. They just want those little moments where they can take advantage on a counter attack, a quick little 1-2 play, and then boom, they're out. And they had that multiple times this game. And again, City got lucky on multiple occasions. But um, yeah, City were just bad today, and I just don't see a way that they can get a win at the Etihad. I just don't see how they can get away with that, because if he plays the same, if Pep goes with the same lineup he did today, they're just not gonna do anything at all. Because again, like I just saw I saw Kanji Gavardio inverting into the midfield. I'm like, why are you guys doing that? Because they were just surrounded by Madrid players. Like, what is the point of doing that? They're just leaving Ake and Ruben Diaz passing it back and forth, trying to find options, and they had nothing. Like those two inverting just led to nothing. Like Gavardio at moments, did something, but it just wasn't anything. Like Bernardo Silva in moments in that match, I was like, where was he even playing? I don't remember him playing at all, because he was just completely ghost. Like again, what you expect from him is to go forward and attack. That's why I would have wanted. That's why I wanted Kevin De Bruyne out and let Silva take his spot that De Bruyne was playing, drifting wide. Because again, like I said, what he did 2 years ago to Camavinga, what he did, playing on the right side, he was cooking. So why I really don't understand why Pep was going with the game plan today, and I think his substitutes were too late. I think he just tactically had it wrong, and Ancelotti had it right, which is crazy to think, comparing Pep Guardiola and Ancelotti. But Real Madrid again deserved the win today. I think, like I said, man of the match was Federico Valverde for me. The best player at Manchester City and was Gavardio for me, if anything. But besides that, again, I just don't see a way that City get away with it in the Bernabeu. They're gonna have to put up a masterclass to try and beat City, because not only do they need one to tie it up, they need two to try and win it without conceding either. So, City have it 10 times harder now. Madrid are a little bit comfortable. Obviously, they can't be too comfortable because anything can happen in these kind of Champions League nights. But Champions League nights at the Bernabeu are completely different. For compared to champion La Liga nights at the Bernabeu. It's not the same. So again, we've seen that Madrid haven't been stepping up this season against big teams, but they played this big team who are on the downfall. Let's be honest, who are not great at all. I might say something, but this time they got the job done. So kudos to Madrid. They did what they needed to do to get the win, and they got the win. City, change something up. Because man, I even said at one point I want to end this, but I just have so much things still in my mind. Like the one thing another player I got to give credit to that I forgot was John Stones, because he was just like very secure in the position that he was playing. I think if Rodri was there, oh my god, that would have been a completely different game for fucking City, bro. I think they would have been 10 times better if Rodri was there, because Stones was just completely alone by himself, isolated so many times. And if Rodri was in that position, City would have been on the front foot way many more times. But yeah, in the end, you gotta work with what you got, and City tried. They couldn't do it. But kudos to Madrid. They're in the lead, 3-2 up in aggregate. We'll see what happens at the Bernabeu next week on Wednesday. Again, I don't see a way back for City, but if Madrid choke this, then Mbappe is the curse, I guess, right? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Share to your friends that love football, and let me know in the comments below. Again, do City have a chance, or Madrid automatically through? There's no way that City get back. And let me know. Let me know your predictions for the scoreline for the next match that they play next week. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I will be streaming that match as well, so tune in for that. Make sure to follow all my socials down below. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Much love, and